Your Excellency Dr. Sonia Pinche, Minister of Health of Government of Tunisia, Your Excellency Dr. Li Bing, Chair of the PPD Board and Vice Chair of Chinese People Political Consultative Conference, Your Excellency Vice President of Republic of the Gambia, Dr. Isatou Touré, Your Excellency Lindwe Zulu, Secretary of the PPD Board and Minister of Social Development, Dr. Rafla Delagi, Dr. Adnan, Excellencies, Ministers, Your Excellency Vice Chair of the PPD Board, Dr. Harsh Vardhan, please consider protocols in place. There's so many distinguished delegates, ministers today. I would like to greet you all in peace. I also would like to extend my specific greetings to all of those amazing experts and all of those pioneers of the family planning, reproductive health, and sexual and reproductive health work in Tunisia, which have made this country a pioneer and a champion of family planning and reproductive health ever since the adoption of the ICPD program of action. You really have established one of the most known and model programs in family planning, reproductive health, sexual and reproductive health rights in the region, and remain to be the pioneers and the champions of that work. I greet you in peace, and I would like to express my great thanks for that amazing work. First of all, as I noted, it's not a chance that today we're meeting in Tunisia, just a couple of months away from the landmark conference which will take place in Nairobi to commemorate the 25th year of the adoption of the program of action in Cairo. This is an important year for us. First of all, we congratulate you all, the partners in population and development and the government of Tunisia on organizing this conference. PPD is the world's largest organization of the like-minded states, 26 member states, joined by our international organization, of course, by numerous Tunisian agencies. Today, we're celebrating the conference and we are marking the progress. This year is particularly important because it marks 3 milestones: the 25th anniversary of the adoption of the ICPD program of action, the 25th anniversary of creation of the PPD, and as I noted, 26 member state organization with 59% of the world's population. It is also the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the United Nations Population Fund. The Nairobi summit will take place in Kenya this year to commemorate the 25th anniversary of ICPD, and it will be held on the 12th to 14th November. This summit will provide ample opportunities for us to agree on the commitments to accelerate the achievement of the goals. And the discussion that will lead to these commitments must also be done here in Tunis, and the hope that the outcome of this conference will feed into the Nairobi summit. We celebrate considerable progress today. Since Cairo, preventable maternal deaths have declined by 40%, adolescent birth rates by 32%, and contraceptive prevalence rate gone up by 25%. However, we still are facing a situation that 4.3 billion people of reproductive age worldwide still continue to have inadequate sexual and reproductive health services over the course of their lives. Here in Tunis and in Nairobi, let's keep these and our challenges in mind. What is happening today? 830 women die every day as a result of the complications of the childbirth and pregnancy. 214 million women have unmet need for modern contraception. And in a lifetime perspective, 1 out of 3 women around the world will experience intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence. This must end. As we're coming from Tunis to Nairobi, we are looking forward to make the commitments and organize ourselves in action around the key topics, which is sexual and reproductive health rights and universal health coverage, demographic diversity and sustainable development, prevention of all forms of gender-based violence and harmful practices, addressing sexual and reproductive health needs of women and girls, including in humanitarian and conflict settings, and finally, creating the required financial momentum and generating the required financial commitments so that the needs of women and girls in essential access to reproductive health services and prevention from all forms of violence, including child marriage and other types of violence, is ended. And for this, we need to do and mobilize ourselves around political and community leadership, innovation, youth engagement, empower women, and of course, use the strategic partnerships of South-South and triangular cooperation. Appreciating the fact that partners in population and development dedicated to South-South cooperation modality and are seeking to achieve the ICPD goals, let me point out that there is a considerable milestone that the global community observes this year. In March, many of you have attended the landmark conference in Buenos Aires in Argentina, which was the second UN high-level conference for South-South cooperation, which is also called BAPA Plus 40. Many of you have attended this conference. And our Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, observed at the BAPA Plus 40 that significant progress has been made. However, much more needs to be done. Today's meeting in Tunis and discussions in Nairobi will let us connect the ICPD program of action and harnessing the potential of the South-South cooperation and the progress which has been made at the BAPA Plus 40 conference into one united push to address population and development issues. A lot could be done, and we need to continue to exchange our practices, learn one from another, develop solutions. We also need to scale up. We also need to bring together the know-how and the ability which we have in various countries, the academic potential, the research ideas, the programs that work into one powerful push to eliminate and bring the world to 3 zeros: zero maternal mortality, zero unmet need for family planning, and zero violence against women. So far, UNFPA has launched more than 130 South-South initiatives, and this year we have invested more than $30 million into these activities. We are looking forward to work more closely with partners in population and development, the United Nations Office for South-South Cooperation, and the rest of the partners to move forward this agenda. As we go to Nairobi, with the generous support of the government of Denmark and other countries and international organizations who have joined us in organizing this conference, we would like to specifically recognize also the generosity of the government of Kenya, which is hosting this conference, and we would like to express our appreciations to all development partners who are playing an important role in moving the agenda forward. Together with our co-sponsors in Nairobi, governments of Kenya and Denmark, and together with the achievements which will be made today in Tunisia, I would like again to recognize the country which has pioneered most of the reproductive health, most of the population and development solutions in the region, and has been a source of the knowledge. We have a powerful platform to launch strong commitments using the South-South cooperation platform. We would like to thank all of you, and first of all, again, the strong leadership we would like to recognize of the government of China and of Dr. Li Bin, who has been championing these issues at the global level. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Tunisia, for organizing the conference, and we look forward to seeing you in Nairobi. Thank you. Yes, and I was told that now we will be able to demonstrate a specific greeting, a very short one, from our executive director. She regretted for not being able to be here in person, but she recorded a video message. So thank you very much.
You, steadfast champions of the Cairo Agenda, born out of the International Conference on Population and Development. So we celebrate the 25th anniversary of both ICP and of PEPD. We at UNFPA populations and of South-South cooperation. And special to my friend, Her Excellency Dr. Li Bin, PPD Chair, and Honorable Vice Chairperson of the Chinese People's Political Native Conference, for your outstanding stewardship of the org. All 26 member countries of the PPD must be commended for carrying the torch of the worthy agenda. PPD reminds the world relation is about people, not just numbers. I'd like to express appreciation for Mr. Adnane Benhaj Issa, Executive Director of PPD. Dear delegate, bring you good news while I attend my executive boards in New York. I am ably represented in Tunis by Dr. Ramiz Alakbarov, UNFPA Director for Policy and Strategy. Dr. Ramiz, spearhead your very important discussion about South-South cooperation and increasing the domestic and international financing, finished business of the ICPD Program of Action. Dear friends, UNFPA and PPD have a journey that for 25 years has met its mark, changed the world. Sexual and reproductive health, voluntary contraception, has made women healthier and families. Fewer mothers die in childbirth today. Data has improved greatly and helped governments to decision making. PPD, you have done your job well. What is needed now is for you to strengthen advocacy for greater financing to promote rights and choices. Let us share our hard-won understandings even more vigorously. I ask you to march onward with us to the Nairobi Summit, November 12th through 14th, and commit the unfinished business of ICPD by the year. This will happen much faster if you, as highly PPD members, commit to actions at home that lead to the implementation of policies that will bring for women and girls. It's a world of 3 zeros. 0 unmet need for family planning, 0 preventable deaths, and 0 gender-based violence practices. Because the Nairobi Summit is immense, we hope that you will use the power of your leadership to encourage global and country-specific commitments in the unfinished agenda of the ICPD. I wish you much success together for the International Inter-Ministerial Conference on Population, and I look forward to counting on you for actionable commitments. For the smiles that your work brings to women and girls all around the developing world, you. Onward to Nairobi. Shukran. Yes, merci. Thank you.